Hello everybody, my name is Gemify and we are going to try and build a barn in Hytale. Now, I don't know if I'm going to transport the animals to the barn just yet, but I do want to get the general build started. As you can see, I've kind of laid out the area the footprint that I want the barn to have. It's not too big, it's big enough that it definitely shows on the map. I think it's about like a similar size to both my chicken coop and my crop farm combined, basically. But since it's not going to be nearly as tall as my crop farm, I think we should be able to knock this out in this episode, I think. But anyway, the first thing that we want to figure out is what kind of blocks we want to use. Now, I do have a variety of different wood. Off camera last episode, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I did get access to some wood that... I'm just going to put all this junk away in this chest. I did get some wood, like cedar wood. Let's see. I don't know if I have any in that chest right there. Yeah, I have cedar log, ash log. I can't remember if I got that during last episode or on camera or not. But let's see. I should also have another type. I feel like there's at least one that I'm forgetting. Yeah, anyway, we're going to try and figure out what type of wood would probably be best. It's going to take one day for an amber sapling to grow up, so I'm going to craft a couple of these just to see what they look like. I'll craft a couple ash saplings because if I decide to go with that, and where's cedar? And 4 sapling, why not? I'm just going to try and sample a bunch of different types of trees and see how that works for me. This is going to take a day. So while we do this, I'm just going to look at the, I'm just going to craft some blocks for the trees that I already do have. So let's see. I'm going to see what I can make with cedar logs real quick and see what that looks like. All right, let's see. Dark wood. So in theory, any other trees that are dark wood are actually going to also have this exact same block palette. That being said, we can use multiple trees. I do kind of like this a little bit. I think we might go with this one, but I do want to see what the other trees end up looking like and what their logs look like as well. Because even if they all end up being dark wood, they'll all have this exact same texture right here. What they won't have is the same log texture, and we can definitely use the log texture in a lot of stuff. So ash is a type of hardwood, meaning for a lot of these blocks we can also just straight up use regular oak. So let's see what this ends up looking like. Oh, placed that in the wrong spot. There we go. There doesn't appear to be too much of a difference, but I do think that they kind of complement each other kind of nice. If we, let's see, maybe we could do like a gradient with this, because like I said, there isn't, well, there's a difference between like the decorative ones, but between the actual planks themselves, there isn't that much, and I think it could make for a little bit of a nice gradient. I'll have to work out how to actually do gradients though, because I rarely actually use them, even when I'm playing like Minecraft or something. So let's see what we can get with. So Azor doesn't have any specific blocks, but it does have stairs. I wasn't originally considering the stairs and slabs in the consideration for my block palette, but I'll still have them like ready. And then let's see, so I'm gonna craft one of each of these. I don't know if I'm going to craft the roof or the walls just because I don't necessarily think stone is going to be the main material for my barn, but I do want to get an idea of how those blocks look next to other blocks. Yeah, so the slate the slate blocks I think work better with the Azure wood. I don't know necessarily how they'll look on the barn. Let me see, what other kind of blocks do I have that I can test out. I have basalt cobble. I'll go ahead and try some of that. And then I'll also put some of my eggs up real quick and just get my inventory sorted a little bit better. It's still a hot mess, but better than it was previously, I think. Okay, let's see what other blocks. So we have basalt, sandstone. We're gonna see how that looks. I doubt sandstone's gonna be any use, but also red clay. Why not? We're just gonna throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. I'm already very familiar with what I guess crude wood looks like, or softwood, I should say. So I'm not gonna try that. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and let's see what we can make with this. This is the red clay brick. I'm gonna make that, and then the salt cobble. Okay, let's see. Like I said, we're just kind of throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks. I don't necessarily know which of these are going to look better, but this was the clay bricks. So I think okay, so I'm just gonna select the blocks that I think would work better. I'm gonna move them over here. Clay bricks. I don't know about the decorative dark wood blocks, but I'm going to use definitely the planks just to add like a little bit of, just to kind of complement the hardwood planks. And then I'll bring them over here just in case I want to use them. And then also bring these ones. And then I kind of like the red accent on the redness on the dark wood roof, so I'm going to bring that over as well. So that's probably going to be the roof that I use. And then let's see, with I think I could use both of these. These two particularly, like, has some sort of like, I could probably use them. Let's see, I'll go ahead and tear. Okay, so these are the blocks I want to use. So I'll go ahead and try and make some more of these. And then, let's see. So cedar logs. I'll try and see if I should have more of those. Hopefully. I have 2 of them. I may have to go get more. I don't really want to wait until this stuff finishes growing, so I'll just go over. I think it's in the northern area, like over here in the this area. So I'm gonna go collect some more of that real quick. I remember on my last playthrough, I went and adventured around the northern part, or like the snowy area right up here, but I lived to regret it because I remember there being a lot of mobs a lot of monsters that kind of beat my ass. So I'm gonna wait to do that until I get better gear. Although I already have like half thorium armor and full thorium tools, so I'm probably good for that now. I just want to build the barn first, just because, that's one thing that I mentioned I would do. I do have a lot of let's see. I do have quite a bit of cedar, so I'm gonna head back now. Probably not enough, but I can also just make trees that I can also just make trees that grow while I'm building. I really do wish we had better transportation in this game, because I do love it. It's just like you kind of have to venture out far from, assuming you're building your base in like the zone 1 or the starting area, you have to adventure out a lot just to get different access to different resources. Okay, so let's just get like a corner figured out. So let's go cedar. And then let's get some of the stone that we had. Maybe clay bricks. So I'm gonna put clay bricks. I need to get the clay back. Did I put the clay in here? I did not. That would have been a good idea. Do I want to do something like this, and then maybe for the door? Obviously this isn't final, but it'll be something like this, and then I can have a larger, more open barn door because I'm meant to get animals in and out of there, even though technically I'm not going to actually lead them in there. I'm probably going to teleport them or do something like that, or use capture crates on smaller animals. And then let's see. So what do these look like next to it? These are, it looks a little bit darker to me, so did not need to waste my pickaxe on, there we go. So maybe like make it darker towards the top. I don't know. I'll have to figure out how to properly shade, but how dark would planks look right next to this? It's a stark change. So maybe like, let's see. You know, I don't hate that. So yeah, this isn't, I don't think this is the best gradient in the world, but I do like it enough to use it. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and go with it for now. And if we don't like it, well, I don't know. I think it's good. Instead of just cutting to whenever I get finished, I'm gonna try my hand at making a time lapse. So I apologize for what you all are about to witness, but we're just gonna go with it. Okay, so I got it mostly, or at least the wall part, I got it mostly finished. I'm waiting on some cedar trees to grow, so I can get some more both darkwood planks as well as cedar logs for me to finish the supports. But while those are growing, I figured this would be a good point to kind of take a small second, and I have an idea. Just a general idea for YouTube that I want to bounce off of y'all's head. So there's this mod for Minecraft called Better Than Adventure. It's a mod for, I believe, beta 1.7.3, and it's before the adventure update. It's before they added sprinting, the hunger bar, and everything. I'm honestly wanting to start like some sort of SMP with that mod pack. Or not mod pack, it's technically one mod, but it's a huge mod. It may as well be a mod pack. And I'm considering starting an SMP with it. The only issue is this. I have 8 subscribers. I have no connection to other YouTubers, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to do an application system, and I am going to have to advertise the server to people. It's going to be an SMP pretty much open to anybody. The likelihood of meeting so many people that I actually have to be selective it's very small. So it's going to be the kind of thing that, like, if you apply, you're almost guaranteed to get selected. But if that's the type of thing that anybody here would be interested in, or if anyone's watching this video and you're also a creator, or even if you're not a creator and you're just interested in checking it out, just feel free to drop a comment, let me know. But that is something that I'm interested in doing. So if anyone else is interested in that, then go ahead and drop a comment down below. I might try and go and reach out to some other YouTubers, but like I said, again, 8 subscribers right now. I have absolutely no credibility. So if anybody does actually manage to like look at a message I send them and they actually respond and they actually are interested in joining the server, I would be incredibly shocked. That's probably not going to be what happens. What's probably going to happen is I post a video advertising it, maybe post it on a couple different platforms. That video ends up getting like 20, 30, maybe 50. Probably. I mean, okay. My videos recently have been doing better than they were. As of me recording this right now, I think my episode 2 of Hytale has about like, I want to say like 50 views. My episode 1 has like, I think 100. My Waterworld Survival episode has, I think, like just over 100, and none of my videos that I posted before that have really broken. I want to say like 70 something. So I think it is good that so I think my videos are getting a lot better reach. So it's like the likelihood that I get more than like 100, maybe 200 views on an advertisement I post is going to be incredibly unlikely unless I do anything to boost the video, which I'm not really keen on doing right now. Also, something that I just realized, since this is a barn, it doesn't make a lot of sense to have like a stone pathway, like, because like realistically speaking, I mean, I don't know if I would let the animals roam, but I feel like it's a little bit weird since you go from this like stone pathway over into this area where it's like, so I do have some mud left over that hasn't been turned into, let's see, I should have some mud that I haven't turned into bricks, or red clay, okay, or not mud, I mean, you know what I mean. I'm gonna see how that looks as far as like, oh, I can't turn clay bricks back, okay. That's unfortunate. There we go. That way it at least looks as if there's like mud on the dirt path itself. Because I am going to be leading animals in, and then maybe out over here I can have like more of like a free range area, or at least like this area can be more naturey because, you know. Alright, so we have pretty much the entire wall or outer wall finished. We just need to do the roof now, and then potentially a little bit of an interior. I'm not going to focus too heavily on the interior yet. I will never get tired of the dagger movement in this game. The dagger movement mechanics are just like, it's just so freaking fun. I wonder if I can get all the way up there. I probably can. Let's see. Almost, just about. I'm very close to getting up there. Kind of something like this, where it starts out like a little flatter, but as it gets closer to the top, it gets a little steeper. We're going to see how that works out for us today. Okay, so this roof is almost finished. Real quick, I do want to mention something. For those of you who have not seen it yet, as I mentioned earlier in this video, I was talking about thinking about making like a Better Than Adventure Minecraft server. I actually did decide to go ahead and make one. You can apply in the description of this video. I'm going to try to put it in the description of every single one of my videos from this point forward. The name that I think I'm going to go for is like Better to Venture, but it's like I kind of want to think about something that's kind of like a play on Better Than Adventure, but like it doesn't sound, I don't know. Yeah, you could feel free to go ahead and apply to that if you think you'll have fun on that server. It's not really a commitment type of thing. Like you don't have to play a certain number of hours a week. We're mainly just looking for a fun community to, you know, just a fun community. It's not particularly a content SMP. It's more so just like a fun SMP with to just hang out and, you know, have fun. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then feel free to go ahead and apply. They'll probably be accepted. I kind of like it so far. I'm gonna have to figure out what kind of block I want to use, like, you know, kind of like right above this part, like between the top of the roof and the top of the ceiling right here. I'm gonna have to figure out what kind of block I want to use there. But so far, I do think it looks pretty good. Also, did y'all hear the news about World Gen V2? Right now, as of now, I'm not sure if it's going to be like the kind of thing where the way that they make it sound like is that, I mean, first of all, we all know that you can't, you're not going to be able to make World Gen V1 worlds anymore after World Gen V2 comes out. At least that's how they're making it sound like. That honestly, I don't know how to feel about that, but at the same time, I do feel like it's kind of fun having this like feeling of like, I don't know, exclusivity kind of. Because like this world, like even though you're going to be able to, you know, still play on your world and still play on, you know, World Gen V1 worlds, it's not really going to be like, it's not really going to be like the standard anymore. Like I don't think, like I think the way that they made it sound is that like World Gen V1 chunks aren't going to be able to load anymore. So I don't know if that means that like it's going to be kind of a similar thing that they did with Minecraft 1.18, where new chunks just generate in the new terrain, or if it's going to be the kind of thing where you just can't generate new chunks at all, and it's kind of like just a void there. So just in case, I do want to try and generate as many chunks as like I reasonably can in this world, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get new terrain in this world itself. That particularly is not something that I'm too upset about, just because it's like, by the time the full game releases, by the time World Gen V2 comes out, it's probably just going to be worth making a new world in general, just because of how many new features are going to be in the game. But I still want to hold on to this world, and it is kind of upsetting that like you can't really take a world from like the earliest version of Hytale and move it up to the latest version. Like I said, it's not the end of the world, but that would be cool to just have like a world that the first world you created in 2026, be able to carry that over into like 2030 whenever the full game releases and still be playing on the same world. Because I'm personally a big forever world kind of person. You know, I have a Minecraft world I've been playing on for like 5 or 6 years, and you know, it's like I don't think I'm ever going to create like a regular vanilla Minecraft world that's single player ever again. I think that any of my future Minecraft worlds are all just going to be... I forgot the roofs can be like this. This is annoying. All my future Minecraft worlds are just going to be either modded or I'm doing a specific challenge or something like that. I'm not gonna create a new vanilla survival world because I'm still playing on my current vanilla survival world, and you know, it's like I don't really miss the early game of Minecraft too badly. I really like the late game of Minecraft, and I have a lot of projects that I'm working on in my world. I don't know if I'll ever post my world to YouTube. I may do like a world tour at some point, but it's like that world has been around for a long time, and I'm not really super intent on ever replacing it. I am considering doing like a series on like InDev Plus or InfDev Plus, but we'll see how that turns out. So I do like that. I think I'm mainly just going to use like the dark oak, not dark oak, the dark wooden planks as kind of like the backdrop right there. Maybe I'll have like some sort of light source coming from there, but that isn't something I'm going to do yet. It is dark as shit in here. I'm going to go ahead and just like try and light this up at least a little bit. So here is our barn. Yeah. It's probably going to be a little bit of a short episode, but I want to get this out there. Just wanted to build a barn today. Next episode, we're going to try and maybe I don't know what we're going to do next episode. We might finally build my house next episode, or we might do some adventuring, gathering some more gear, upgrading to cobalt gear, which I believe is the next, let's see. I believe cobalt is the next step, if I'm correct about that. Yes, it does look like cobalt is the actual next step to upgrade to. I think I can actually already upgrade my tools to cobalt. I'm not sure about my oh, I can upgrade my gear to cobalt. Okay, I just can't do adamantine yet or mithril yet. So maybe next episode. Wait, does that actually? It has the same stats as thorium. Okay, never mind. We're not upgrading to cobalt. We might get cobalt to upgrade the workbench itself, but maybe adamantine and mithril are going to be some point in the future. We may build a house next episode. You never know. Now that I do have a lot better gear, I'm mostly kitted out in thorium. Maybe we'll do some adventuring. Who knows? We're just gonna see where the wind takes us next episode. So, bye. And if you made it this far, please subscribe. I want to hit 10 subscribers. My current subscriber goal is 10. So, yeah. Thank you. Bye, everybody.